They never enjoy anything. A win against all the odds. Have you calmed down, Rio?
Oh, man, listen. Do you know what I love about this at the moment is just the harmony within the group of players. There's players that are injured. And
the
Ollie
contrast
and his staff,
to where it was 2 months ago, it's extraordinary.
There was a cold kind of vibe that was going through this squad before. It was a harsh type of vibe. I couldn't explain it. And then all of a sudden it's been flipped on its head. And it's not just Ollie, it's his staff as well that have created that environment for these players to now sit in and believe now that they can do stuff together. And you can see we were crying out beforehand. We were sat in these same 3 chairs ages ago about creating partnerships over the pitch, creating partnerships within the team. Now we're seeing it. Lukaku now talking glowingly about his partner up front. And you can see that with McTominay in the midfield there today. But you can also see it with the likes of Lindelof and Smalling today. These are players that look like strangers a couple of months ago. Now we're looking like teammates again, which is, I love it. It's a fantastic story.
I remember going to, with all of you, doing Manchester United games, and you go there without any hope or expectation and expecting dour performances.
I was depressed walking into Old Trafford. Going in and we're sitting in the Winnebago, all of us, look, what are we going to talk about today, other than negative stuff? Where now, it's positivity just flying out.
Has restored the joy to Manchester United Football Club.
He certainly has. The players just look as if they're totally different players. We all knew that they were exceptionally talented, lots of them, and they're starting to prove it. I was bowled over really there by the reaction of Rashford. Still cool, calm. Everyone else really excited. And don't get me wrong, he'll be excited inside, but he just strikes me as someone. This is normal. This is natural. I was supposed to take the penalty. I'm made to take the penalty. I'm made to be cool under pressure.
Big game temperament.
Yeah, and even still afterwards, not getting carried away. I think he's here to stay as a proper top-class player.
I just think before the game, aside with Ole Gunnar in his press conference, when he said, we got a chance, we believe in ourselves, there's confidence in this group.
Mountains are there to be climbed.
With 10 injuries, to even say that in the press conferences, it just shows the positivity that this group of players have. And they performed. Every time they step on the pitch, they believe in the message they get from the manager, and the transformation is truly staggering. But I think everybody deserves it. All the United fans deserve it as well. Yeah,
for those that came in a little bit late, you wouldn't have had to been that late to have missed the first goal, that's for sure. Let's remind ourselves of how Manchester United initially got themselves back into the game. A bit of a mistake, really, wasn't it, from Carrère? Good pressing from Rashford.
2 minutes in, disaster start for PSG. Poor ball, but credit Lukaku, stays on his feet. Brilliant start from Manchester United. Just the ball really from Carrère just doesn't exist. But look, we said before the game, United are going to come in here, set up, play on the counter-attack, not have much possession. But this mistake from Carrère early on, it's just
blind pass.
Careless, really careless. But credit Lukaku, stays on his feet. Brilliant start to the game.
Yeah, he does everything right. It's almost he was forced into going around the goalkeeper in the end. But the press there from Rashford, then backing him up as a pair, hunting in packs. It was good to see.
But PSG came back and scored pretty quickly after that. A bit of a burst from Mbappe. We saw the odd burst from him throughout the game. A bit hit and miss, wasn't he, in many ways?
Yeah, he was. And Bailly was obviously sleeping at the back post. One, playing them off onside, and then two, not being aware of what was around him. So it was a poor start to the game from Bailly. And that was capitalised on. And really, I was impressed with PSG. As soon as they went behind, straight away they controlled the game, got back in it in terms of 1-1, and then I thought they took control. Possession-wise, they were,
they're going to be looking at themselves again, though, aren't they? People are going to say, listen, they've choked again. That's what they'll say in the Champions League. Last 16 a game, 4 years running.
We've given Mbappe the plaudits, and rightly so, over the last few months. He's been phenomenal. He's going to be a superstar, no doubts. But today, he had chances today to win this game. He had a 1v1 with the goalkeeper, got his lines, fluffed his lines, and listen, he's going to have his other days, but today he'll be someone I think who won't sleep as well as he has done in the last few games.
OK, Manchester United got the lead back again. Marcus Rashford hit one.
Yeah, and listen, the way these balls move nowadays, I was at the training ground a little while ago, last week it was, and I saw him hitting these balls from around these distance, dead balls. And he does make the ball move wonderfully, and then it makes it almost impossible for any goalkeeper on the planet to make a clean save. Buffon just tries to get his body behind the ball and the ball pops out. And that one thing you can say you never doubt about Lukaku is his instincts to get in position to score goals.
Jinxed as well in this competition.
But I think there's only a handful of players in a team that can hit a ball like that where it dips and moves all over the place. Rashford knew he probably wouldn't score off the first one. But you're right, credit Lukaku for pouncing on that second one.
You talked about the Mbappe chance, Rio. Michael, talk us through perhaps the opportunity that he had. It was a good one. He kind of slipped and made a bit of a mess of it.
Yeah, his touch was slightly off at times. This was the perfect chance. He has the chance of really either opening his body out and sliding it to the right of the goalkeeper, his right, straight away, so run around it and go right, or he can go either side.
Yeah,
he obviously decided
touch,
to go round with the first touch, and Manchester United rallied round quickly and got back to snuff out the danger. So full credit to the United centre-halves there. But Mbappe was slightly off. A couple of times he was running through, took a big touch, one ran out of play. So it wasn't his night tonight, but he'll have other nights.
We did see an unbelievably clever flick from him that led to an offside goal, Di Maria, where he was just fractionally offside.
Well, this is probably, in that flick was ridiculous with his wicked left foot. And the finish as well from Di Maria. And Rio's right, it felt like they had opportunities in the game there. He's clearly offside.
What a goal that would have been.
I mean, imagine, we've said Mbappe's had a quiet or poor game, set the first one up, had that flick.
Well, yeah.
Still had moments, but it just shows that that's how good he is, that he can affect games that still...
The expectancy levels become large, don't they? I can't remember how the game finished. Penalty decision, wasn't it?
Yeah, the penalty.
Here we go, one more look.
This is actually a good phase of play for Man United as well. Chung there with Rashford building up. And this is a...
He played well, Dalot, when he came on, didn't he?
Yeah, we did. He was an outlet. He was going at people. A contrast to Bailly, and he hits a shot. Sometimes you've got to make an effort on goal and hopefully you get something out.
It's harsh. Blatant handball.
I don't care what any ref tells me, that ain't handball. I'll take it right now, but it just isn't handball. I can't. He's facing the other way. And I think that's probably one of his biggest mistakes. Face the ball, as a defender, come out,
that's a good point.
Get hit in the face.
Ultimately, it's about making decisions. Some people think it will be, some people think it won't.
But I think what we're finding now with a lot of them, we had an Otamendi one not so long ago, what we're finding is virtually every ex-footballer or current footballer thinks not. But in the referee's defence, every referee seems to think it is. So there's just a huge disconnect in terms of how we're all viewing the game, and that's the worrying thing.
No doubt about that penalty, though, is there? No. The great thing is, I think when you get up and take a penalty, there's doubts in your mind. But he made his mind up early, and the strike is so clean. Wow.
I think one thing we mentioned before the game is that if Manchester United scored... Oh, is that me?
Oh, dear. There you go. What about you? A bit calmer now.
Yeah, I've chilled out now.
There are a lot of similarities in that penalty to how Harry Kane hit his two in the World Cup. A little bit of a shuffle to the side, a little bit of shuffle, and then trying to knock it in that top corner. Brave place to hit it. Lukaku, very sportsmanlike at the end of it. Whilst he was obviously enjoying the moment, he also commiserated Kimpembe.
Class act, it really was from Lukaku. Kimpembe's the one that gave away the penalty. You know, for a relatively young player, Kimpembe, homegrown Paris player as well. Really credit Lukaku for going over for him.
OK, well, we're overrunning a little bit, but we're glad we are, because it was quite extraordinary. We'll be back, and when we do come back, we'll hear from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.